renowned psychotherapist called Irvin Yalom wrote a book called Staring at the Sun, which is basically a book helping to alleviate the crippling fear of death anxiety that everybody has, as this was a very common occurring theme in a lot of his clients throughout his practice. His belief was that much of our behaviour manifests from a deep anxiety of our death, mortality, and total annihilation. And he's got a myriad of anecdotes through the book which cite this. It could be something like someone who is having recurring dreams about a loved one that's died. It could be someone who is having a midlife crisis where all of a sudden their mortality is scaring the shit out of them, which Irvin gets to the bottom of as being this person is basically afraid of their death because they're not living a life that is true to themselves, to their authentic self, and therefore a bunch of anxiety and depression is manifesting. So this book helps in one of the main ways where he cites a Stoic called Epicurus. And Epicurus was a very famous Stoic who talked a lot about death, and something that Irvin used a lot in his psychology practice with his clients was teaching them the principle that the experience of death is not to be feared, because much like the state of existence that was your existence pre-birth, is the same after you die. So I mean, you don't get anxious about what it was like to be in the state of pre-birth. It was just nothing. There wasn't anything existing, so therefore there was nothing to be consciously afraid of. And he basically extends that logic to death as well. The same thing happens after your death is basically what the experience of your life was. So that's a way that he helps people to reconcile their anxiety of not only the experience of death and what that is like beyond that, but also reconciling the experience of their total annihilation. And part of that is helping people to live their life in a way which solidifies a legacy that they're proud of, and basically helping them to live a life that is so vibrant and full of life and meaningful and in alignment with their values that when they do reach death, there's not that much more to be afraid of because they've lived their life as best they can. So if you do feel that in your life you have had a lot of anxiety around this, if your own mortality does scare you, if you feel that you are having certain anxieties or crises in your life that are deeply existential, that you can't really understand why, you can't really get to the bottom of, this book might be able to really help, because it could actually be, even if it's just a layer of what's going on, a death anxiety, a fear of your own mortality and annihilation. So it's a brilliant book. Irvin Yalom is an amazing intellectual and psychotherapist. He's got a great body of work. The book again is called Staring at the Sun, and great read, and it might just help you like it helped myself.